Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well this morning. It is Saturday morning. Tut is up early. He didn't sleep in today, and Tashir is all wound up. I just brought her back from having breakfast with Solomon, and she is wound tighter than a top. I was going to take her with me today, and we were supposed to go get her a bath, do some socialization training. But my husband told me about an event that's happening in my town, and I'm like, you know what? That sounds more like something we should do today, and then Tashir and I can go tomorrow. Not a big deal because this will also leave me open later on in the afternoon to take a little run to JC for the 2 day sale. I don't even remember what it was that I was looking at, but I think there are a few things I didn't get that I needed to get that I didn't get Thursday. So I'm going to run to JC probably today. I might do a 5 off of 25 for Dollar General. I don't know because I'm going to the town where the JC is. So anyway, blah, 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 blah. I am going to go get gas and food from our local IGA. It's been around 4 years, like years and years and years. Like my husband's mom worked there when they were all very, very little. I worked there for a very short time in between the mill and running screw machines and learning CNC and all of that. So I kind of worked there a little bit too. And it's always been a very local, small town, still expensive store. I mean, I don't know how anyone shopped there, but we have like elderly people that live in a community very close and they walk up to the store. It's very nice for them. Okay. So several years back, let's not do anything weird behind me or hurt the girls, please. So anyway, years ago, it sold to an Indian um, company from India. Uh, and I always make very good rapport with people. I don't judge people on their race or where they're from or their culture or anything. But what happened was is people that had worked in that local store from, oh my gosh, the one manager, she was family, so she has worked there probably, well, she worked there long before my husband and I were married. We've been married 30 years. She probably worked there 50 years. So they started pushing out, all of the local workers that, were there forever. And out here in this small town, it is a farming community, old school. Like, this is the town that I worked at the mill where the guys didn't know why a woman was doing that job. And yeah, anyway. So my husband delivered eggs to the young man that I sell eggs to. The first owners I had a rapport with. They bought eggs. They bought my old hens, and they also bought a group of roosters I had. So there's always been that farm um, product kind of customer service thing I do with them. So the young man, my husband delivered the eggs, and he's like, "Hey, hey, hey!" He was like, "They're going to have a low gas price and low food price for from like 11 to 2." He said, and they really wanted to invite us to be part of that because we do have a rapport. And so I'm going to go up today. I'm going to put gas in the truck. I'm also going to get a pizza so that way we can have a pizza party here. And so I'm going to kind of stay close today and maybe pick burrs out of Tashir's hair and just stay here and work. And then this sparked me to start thinking about other things. The way this, okay, Tut, enough. The way this town has treated this store because of the fact that, they're Indian. They've gotten rid of almost all of the white help. I think there's like one or two girls working there right now, and that's it. They've boycotted. because they didn't take the deli as serious as the people in this community did. There are just like really small businesses right now. There's no big, large businesses working right now except for, oh, well, I guess, well, I don't think they can leave for lunch. They might be able to. I don't know. But anyway, it was the place for people to go get carry out lunches. You know, you had fried chicken or another kind of meat, a vegetable, blah, blah, blah. It was a full deli lunch service. And they really didn't take that serious. And the people that they would put, the Indian fellers that they would put in the deli and back there to slice meat and so on and so forth, they just really didn't have the charisma that we do. They really didn't like what they were doing. They were put there, and so not only did their side slide, but the community kind of went up against them, and so their customer base is now just basically gas and cigarettes. Um, but they have great fried chicken. The prices have gone up. Yes, well, the prices have gone up everywhere, and they've treated this store very badly. And I understand from their point of view, but it's still racism. Okay, you're not getting the same service that you used to, so then move on. You don't have to make a big deal about it. But I have been told by some of the residents around here, well, I'll never shop there again, blah 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 blah, whatever. Okay, now let's talk about racism. I am so sick of racism right now. I'm sick of it. You know, Trump was in the Oval Office and he made a comment about Jasmine Crockett, and it just went through me. Donald Trump is a low IQ person. He thrives on uneducated and, as he says, not smart people for his base. Now, that's what he says. Um, that's all him. Smart people don't like me, and I love the poorly educated. I mean, that right there says it all. But apparently, a very intelligent black woman who is accomplished is a low IQ person, according to him. And you will hear him say low IQ people, especially when it comes to black women. Um, it's really degrading. And that kind of follows the same lead of Charlie Kirk saying that black women don't have the mentality or the mental capacity to do the jobs they've been given. Um, so racism in MAGA has become patriotic at this point, and I really have a problem with that. You have Pig Seth, honoring again the warriors, or not the warriors, the soldiers at Wounded Knee. Racism from indigenous people to black people to brown people to Asians. The way that this country is, it is now patriotic to be racist. It is part of the religion, the patriotism that they've wrapped all into one, which has become a loyalist situation in a very criminal regime. But the racism, I have a hard time with it. You know, when the text started going out to the young black people, and they were like, uh, what was it? Sell your belongings and get to certain plantation. This is what I said when he was talking about black jobs. Before the election, he was sitting on the stage with black journalists, very intelligent black women. I mean, that's when he made the comment about Kamala changing her true identity of who she was, Indian, whatever, black. She's black, Indian, whatever, whichever one you put in front of the other, it is what it is. And then he, made a lot of comments about that he was being attacked. but he doesn't see what he does to people as attacking them. But when you say, or when you try to clarify a question, like he went after the black reporter in the Oval Office, that that pissed me off. The way he speaks to and about black women pisses me off. The way he has gone after indigenous people before by wanting blood taken from them when they were in competition with casinos, when he went to Congress and wanted to have indigenous Indian Americans, Native Americans, however you want to say it. I don't know how to say it politically correctly. I'm not. I don't know how. But he went after them to give blood to prove the percentage in order not to be helped with the casino business. I just his father and he lost court cases where they wouldn't rent to black people apartments. Charlie Kirk has said horrible things about black people. Many MAGA representatives agree about how they want to talk about slavery. Slavery was bad. Slavery is part of our history. And when there's comments made about black jobs, what that meant was he wants slaves, black people, to go back to work in the fields where they're taking the immigrants from. That's what he meant. And that's what I thought he meant to begin with. But now I know for sure that that's what he meant. I mean, I, I'm I'm over the racist stuff. How did we get to this point? Well, I'll tell you how we got to this point. Trump appealed to the evangelicals, especially the pastors and those that owned great big, they were very wealthy evangelists. They got hooked into Trump because they told him what they wanted. And the Heritage Foundation morphed in Christianity in order to be a white Christian nation. All of that has turned racism into some sort of patriotic crap. Jesus did not teach that you should be racist or to put down people. You are to uplift people. But that's not what's going on. My whole life, I have never understood racism. I've told stories. I've told stories here about my personal feelings, and I, I just cannot be. Tashir, thank you. Really? He's threatened by one of the Indios that crows back there. I just hope you don't ever get a hold of one of them. But anyway, we know how racist MAGA is, and they'll claim to be Jesus lovers. You need to follow Jesus. Well, the Jesus that you're following, the Christ that you claim to be one with and to do what he taught, you're not doing what he taught when you're a racist, violent, I don't even know how to say it. You know, they keep saying that leftists are violent. MAGA are the preppers, are the white supremacists, are the militia groups, are the white Nazi supremacist kind of. It's pulled all of these groups together to make MAGA. And you're telling me that Democrats are violent? You really need to look up the true statistics if you can get real facts anymore. People, we're headed for some really crazy stuff. It's already chaotic. And with bounty hunters on the streets, immigrants missing, you're sick if you like this. You're sick if you're a racist. That's all I have to say. Y'all have a great day. Hugs from a distance. We're going to have a pizza party here today. We might show you that. I don't know. We'll see what we can do. Bye, y'all. Hugs from a distance.